broadcasting from the Norman P. Murray Community Center in Mission Viejo, also known as Treetown, USA. It's Breakfast with Gary and Kelly with special guest Bobby Caldwell.
So,
are we going now?
I don't know.
I didn't hear.
I
didn't hear the intro.
This is it. This is it. This is Breakfast with Gary. Off to another rip-roaring start. You know, this is why. This is another good example why we won't be at the Emmys tomorrow night. You know what I'm saying? I know. Unless we help them valet park.
I didn't get a cue. So
I know.
It's okay.
I know.
Okay.
That's all right. We are so glad you guys are here because this is really an exciting day. We've had some great ones, and in fact, one of them is back in the audience today to visit with us. The great Diane Shure is here with us today, everybody. Wheedly, Wheedly. Welcome back to the party, baby.
So glad you can be here.
Yeah, well, it's great to see her, and she, like the rest of you and us up here, and all the great folks that have helped put this together today, are very excited because of our guest who. Well, he hadn't met before till today, so let's welcome. Yeah, right. And I got in trouble for that too, apparently.
And you are who?
Yeah, exactly. Let's bring him out here, ladies and gentlemen. Please welcome Bobby Caldwell.
The tree of life, I just picked me a plum. You came along and everything started to hum. Still, it's a real good bet. The best is yet to come. The best is yet to come, and babe, won't it be fine? You think you've seen the sun, but you ain't seen it shine. Oh, wait till the warm-up's underway. Wait till our lips have met. Wait till you see that sunshine day. You ain't seen nothing yet. The best is yet to come, and babe, won't it be fine? The best is yet to come, come the day you're mine. Oh, come the day you're mine. I'm gonna teach you to fly. We've only tasted the wine. We're gonna drain that cup dry. Wait till these charms are right for your arms to surround. You think you've flown before, but baby, you ain't left the ground. Wait, are you locked in my embrace? Wait till I draw you near. Wait till you see that sunshine place. Ain't nothing like it here. The best is yet to come, and babe, won't that be fine? The best is yet to come, come the day you're mine. Come the day you're mine. Ooh, the best is yet to come.
I'll be Vanna White.
It's Breakfast with Gary and Kelly here on FM 88.5 KSPR. Boy, that's even a bigger hand than I get from my puppets. You know what I'm saying?
They've relegated me to this handheld microphone.
I know.
That's
I'm
going to
sorry.
rock all right.
We're trying. You know, thanks for being here, man. It's so good to meet you. You know, for years we have been playing you and listening to you, and we've been maneuvered trying to get you to come and do our little
Let's
bash
not go
thing.
too far back. Again.
I know exactly.
It's
This is a
great
great
to meet
thing.
you.
This is a great thing.
Nice to be
Your great pal Dean
I'm
is
telling
out
you,
here. You know.
Some of the best audiences in the world are right here. There's no question
There you
about
go.
it.
Right here in
There you
Mission
go.
Viejo.
That's very true. That's very true.
And I'm really sorry I didn't recognize you too. I have to apologize.
You were just making sure I was awake.
I was waiting for the hat, you know. I thought for sure you were
the
gonna
hat.
wear a
The
hat
hat.
because I always see you in a hat.
Well, as long as we're talking about the hat, I want to correct our mayor, Dave.
Please.
This is not a $6,000 suit. okay?
Really?
This is This is like Joseph A. Banks, you buy one, get six free.
I love that. There you go.
Hey, well, you know, it's the economy.
That's right. It's the music business today, is
How
what
about that?
Yeah.
There's that too.
I want to hear you're from Manhattan, but tell me about your parents' TV show. And I'm asking as much because my dad had a show in Detroit, and my mom sang on it. That's how they met. I mean, you've got kind of a similar thing going on, huh?
Well, I was a show business baby, I guess you could say. My folks had a television show in Pittsburgh, sponsored by a local brewery there called Fort Pitt Beer.
Nice.
And it was a variety show, and their pianist was none other than Johnny Costa, who later, on the same
Really?
television station, went on to be Mr. Rogers' piano player for, it must be 40 years. So I was born during one of the weeks they were doing the show, and my mom took a leave of absence. You know, ever since then, I've been kind of like, you know, ensconced in this show business thing, genetically just unavoidable.
Yeah. And it was a variety show, right?
It was a variety show, yeah. We had the likes of Tony Martin on there, and Tony Randall came on. You know, a lot of stars of the day.
Yeah, how fun. That's a heck of a station. I mean, Michael Keaton was working there,
Is that
wasn't
right?
he? I thought he at one point worked for Mr. Rogers on that show.
That's possible.
Yeah, I could be. I just actually made that up. I have no
growing
idea
up,
what that.
growing up on the set, then did you obviously meet a lot of stars, and did you ever meet like Frank Sinatra and those types of stars?
I never met Frank, and I'm told that I should be happy I didn't.
Oh,
You know, I wouldn't want my childhood idol to shatter my dreams.
But what about the other Rat Packs? I mean, did you get to meet any of those?
No, I actually didn't, but I had the honor of performing as Frank in the Rat Pack production that was in Vegas for a couple of years, and that was a lot of fun. You know, we had the whole room fitted out retro with the cigarette girls
Oh, did you really? Awesome.
and the booze cart, you know, on stage.
Man.
Actually, we put iced tea in the Jack Daniels
A
bottle.
likely story.
Well, we changed the props over to the real stuff.
Yeah, right.
And about 2 years later, we all checked into Betty Ford right after that.
That iced tea will get you every time. I tell you, honest to God. Oh man, who was Dino?
Hey, it's a local talent, and there's so much of it in Vegas.
Oh, yeah.
They had no problem in finding lookalikes and sound-alikes. But I guess they wanted me to lend my name to the production, and I was happy I did, because this is somebody I worshipped as a kid and rediscovered later in my young adult life. And, you know, to me, he was one of the most impressive singers of all time as far as the ability to emote a song.
Yeah.
You know?
There's nobody that does it. It's a tragedy, really. I mean, you know, that stuff is so great. I mean, that was a great rendition of it. I mean, that's
thanks.
spot on.
Thanks. I guess, you know, we should thank all the people that do carry the torch, like Michael Bublé,
Yeah, no doubt.
Natalie Cole, and
Yeah.
by the way, Natalie Cole, before she made the Unforgettable album, this was music that was considered, I guess you could say, corny. Okay, and she reintroduced the public to the American Songbook, which is the best exponent of America I think we've had to offer in the last 100 years.
Yeah, absolutely.
Look what Rod Stewart did. He did the
I mean,
same thing.
it's amazing, and
I
so
mean-
I'll count myself in good company.
You are.
Yeah,
Very
yeah.
good.
Yeah. Talk about those writers, and you know,
Oh boy, yeah. Well,
especially as a writer yourself. I mean,
As a writer myself, just an observation is that they used to write songs so differently back then.
Yeah.
And more often than not, the title of the song was the first line of the song.
Yeah.
For instance, Unforgettable, that's the first line of the song.
Yeah.
I've Got a Crush on You, the first line of the song. And there were no, it wasn't like 4 or 5 minute tunes, because I believe that, you know, back then the writers had a command of the English language.
Really? You think?
When's the last time you guys wrote a letter, you know?
Yeah, exactly. I was just imagining, you know, I've got a crush on you, but do it in text speech.
Text it out.
You know, yeah.
And, you know, I just recently remarried, and our daughters are very appreciative of, you know, this style of writing. And it's something I believe that should be kept alive.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
Oh,
And
yeah.
Wouldn't you agree that it's a safe bet 100 years from now you're not going to hear Shake Your Booty? That's for sure. But you are going to hear these songs.
Especially from that artist. Yeah, right.
My milkshake?
Yeah, right. Yeah. Lift my booty off the ground.
Okay. Yeah, I'm nearing that. I'm nearing that age
Oh,
shortly.
man. There you go. Well, I mean, you started off as, you were a rock and roller, man.
I was. I actually.
rock and roller?
Just as a means to an end, I
Yeah.
played guitar for Little Richard for a little while.
Oh,
if you
is
can-
that
Believe it or not. And Gary, I got to tell you, I got those 3 chords down cold.
Oh, man.
I give it hell. But you know,
Really? When was that? I had
this
no
was
clue.
in, let's see, 71, 72.
Oh, man.
And I hadn't
must
even
have
started as a songwriter yet, or as an artist in my own right. And I proceeded to, you know, do the top 40 club bands.
Yeah.
And eventually, around 1975, I started writing tunes that we'd introduce in my band. They were pretty hard.
What was
I mean,
your
I
band
wouldn't,
called?
I wouldn't want you to hear those songs today.
What was your band called?
It was called Live Jive.
Live Jive. That rock and roll band called Live Jive?
It was a top 40 band. We were doing, you know, everything that was on the charts at that time.
In the 70s?
In the 70s. As a matter of fact, here
So we're talking like...
in California at the Red Onions.
Oh,
You remember the old Red Onions?
Yeah.
I can see a lot of you had some great times there.
Oh, man. Exactly.
That we can remember.
Yeah. Oh,
But, you know, my musical influence is pretty diverse. I
Sure.
mean, everything from Steely Dan to Sinatra to the Four Tops and the Spinners and...
So no Led Zeppelin, Pink Floyd, or anything?
oh,
like
no. No.
Really?
Jimi Hendrix and Led
Yeah.
Zeppelin.
Yeah?
I ran the gamut, you know?
Yeah, I mean, you were playing. You still play a lot of guitar.
Yes, I
yeah,
do.
Yeah, for
Wow.
sure. But I mean, that's what you started off playing, right?
That was
the
my,
Hendrix and
my
stuff
first
and-
instrument, much
Yeah.
to my parents' chagrin.
Yeah.
They didn't encourage me whatsoever.
Really?
Well,
Wow.
they had suffered some hard knocks in the business, and they felt they wanted me to do something more secure, like most parents want for their kids. And so I discourage my kids, too, to the best of my ability.
Yeah.
But when something comes forth from either one of my kids, you know, and I see the goodness in it, and the reality that one of them at least is going to go into this business,
Really?
then I support. But you know, you gotta weed them out.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Make sure they're certain about what they're doing.
Yeah.
What did your parents want you to do?
I think they wanted me to be a doctor.
Yeah?
What father doesn't want his son to be a doctor?
Yeah,
really.
doctor, lawyer.
Yeah. So I actually did a year at Dade Junior in Miami, Florida, of diagnostician. I was studying diagnosis.
Ooh.
So if anything ails you today, please,
I was going to say,
I know
if any-
Kelly's feet are killing her from her shoes, so maybe you can take a
But
look
they
at
look
those.
good,
maybe.
don't they?
I'd love to. I was going to go into women's footwear too.
well, I must say, your
Well, that's
shoes
another
are
thing
really
you've got in
nice.
common with likeness. So there, you got that.
Your shoes are absolutely
They
wonderful.
don't make these shoes anymore, and of course, it was my favorite shoe. You know,
Yeah, that's
Well, who did
that's the
that?
law.
some Italian guy. I don't know.
Talk to the mayor. I'm sure he can
Some
get it.
Italian guy.
Talk to the mayor. He can get it.
Oh, you think so?
I think so. He can
I
move
will speak.
mountains.
I'll speak to him.
Too funny. Talk about when you started writing then.
Okay. I started writing in 75, 76, and I amassed, you know, a lot of songs I thought were pretty good. I shopped around in the Los Angeles area for a record deal. And I was constantly being likened to Stevie Wonder, and I never heard this, that the sound-alike thing.
Yeah.
But people were
That's a pretty
insistent
good comparison, though, in the 70s.
Well, I was flattering, but there was no record deal.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
I actually, after beating the streets in Hollywood for several years, I actually went back to Miami with my tail between my legs a little bit. And my dad offered, to take me under his wing and says, come. He was in construction, land development and stuff like that. And I thought about it. I was wrestling with the notion. One day, my mom came to me with an article from the Miami Herald, all about KC and the Sunshine Band and this local record company. It was based in Hialeah, Florida. TK Records, that's right. Oh, you bought that record. Yeah, and so on her insistence, I went down there with my grocery bag full of tapes. And 3 days later, I signed a record deal.
Wow.
And, about a year and a half later, something I never would have imagined, the #1 record in the country and a lot of the world.
Isn't
Wow.
that crazy?
It is
Isn't that crazy? Absolutely. Wow.
It was in my own backyard the whole time.
Yeah. See, there's a Judy Garland story there someplace too. That's remarkable. So another long, overnight success after years and years of banging your head against
Well, we
the
don't
wall.
tell them about that.
Yeah, right. Exactly.
Yeah.
Crazy. The list of people that have done your tunes too is amazing. I mean, that's got to just run through them. I mean,
Well, some of the songs I think you're referring to were songs I wrote for other artists.
right.
I wrote for Natalie Cole, Peebo Bryson, Al Jarreau, Boz Scaggs, Chicago. And then there were the rappers who have gone back into the archives and taken some of my stuff and did rap versions of them. Tupac Shakur, Notorious Big, people of the like. And so, I got to stop and think, well, how do these guys know about my stuff? It's the parents.
Yeah.
The parents turn them on to their vinyl.
Yeah.
And hey, it's the ultimate form of flattery.
Yeah, amazing.
It works.
We are visiting with the great Bobby Caldwell. We're going to take a quick break and come back, and Bobby's going to do a couple of tunes for us. Stick around here. Breakfast with Gary and Kelly. Breakfast with Gary and Kelly here on FM 88.5 KSPR, and good news, Bobby Caldwell's sitting at the piano. That's always, that's always
And you know what that
a
means?
very good thing, very good thing. Oh man, what are you gonna do? What are you gonna do?
I'm going to do something that's actually from the very first album.
Oh, good.
Perfect.
A little thing called Come to Me.
Oh, nice, Bobby Caldwell.
All right, thank you. Come to me. Let me hold you, baby. Keep you warm, so warm, darling, tonight. Come to me. Come to me. There's no need to stay alone this way, baby. Come to me. Let me love you, mama. In my arms, darling, tonight. Come to me. Come to me. There's no need to stay alone this way. Come to me. Come to me. I would never mistreat you. I would always, always be around. In this world, you'll need someone. I would never, no, never let you down. Oh, baby, come to me. Let me love you, baby. Keep you warm, my soul, holding you tight. Come to me. Come to me. All your cares will be history when you come to me. Oh, baby, come to me.
Wow. My. How old were you when you wrote that?
I was 26. when I
Really?
wrote that, yeah.
Oh, that's old enough. Great
26.
stuff. Great stuff. Man.
And now I'm, oh geez.
I didn't ask.
I know you didn't, but you were going to.
And no.
I just had a birthday last month.
Oh, did you really? Happy
Yeah.
birthday.
The big one.
Oh no, really?
Yeah.
July, August?
The one where you get your face on the cover of our magazine.
Oh, ouch. Well, we'll look for that. You gonna do another one for
Yeah,
us?
I'll do
What is
another
it?
one for you. This is a little under pressure on this one because I wrote this on guitar and I don't have it with me. So, oh, how long have you been away? Oh, how long I can't find the words to say. Oh no, I kept your picture on my shelf, only there to remind myself. Oh, I have always cared for you. Do you still love me? Oh, my flame. Some things will never change. I still hold your vision in my mind. Say you still love me. Oh, my love. Will I ever make you see that somehow you are still a part of me? Oh, yeah. Well, maybe we can compromise, 'cause our love just can't be disguised. Oh, I have always cared for you. Do you still love me? And my flame. Some things will never change. I still hold your vision in my mind. Say you still love me. Oh, my flame. 'Cause some things will never change. I still hold your vision in my mind. Say you still love me.
Caldwell, everybody. My goodness. Great stuff. We're gonna take another break. We'll be back with Bobby. Stick around, please. We are back with Bobby Caldwell here on Breakfast with Gary and Kelly from the Sycamore Room at the Norm P. Murray Community Center in Mission Viejo. What a great morning. So Kelly was...
We were talking at the break about a certain song that you sing, And I know a lot of people know of this song because it's very, very widely accepted. But my question is that have anybody contacted you or called you and said, you know, my wife and I conceived our child by that song, or we got married,
The hell
or
kind of question
some
is
kind
no?
of romantic, or we met during that song, or anything?
All the time.
Really?
Honest to gosh. As a matter of fact, I know a lot of you are familiar with the Temecula Winery out there in
Yes.
Temecula, which I have the good fortune of being able to play there every year to wonderful, wonderful crowds. And after all, they're drinking wine all afternoon.
That's right.
You can do no wrong. So
Exactly.
I met this lovely couple one day doing a show there years and years ago. And I don't know, 4 or 5 years after that, they reappeared with a little girl. And said, Bobby, we want to show you the fruits of your labor.
Really?
So
Now see,
They
that's
said, well, they said, you know, we went into quality courts after the last time we were here. And, I mean, what do you say then? I was glad to be of service.
So are you gonna sing that song today, or are you gonna?
That's awesome.
I don't know.
Now, see, that to me, that's the kind of thing that a guy that's like an arc welder will never experience. You know?
That's right.
Way to go on that piece of wrought iron. By the way, we and the wife.
It's romantic.
No,
Gotcha.
it is.
You know, I know you're interested in the song, and I do this song frequently. I'm not going to do it today, but I'll sing a few bars of it. I want you to know that to this day, this song has seen over 90 recorded versions by other artists.
Yeah,
But that's not the biggest accolade. The biggest accolade I ever got on this song was Billboard Magazine's award for the Best New Black Artist of the Year.
really? Nice.
Now,
Oh my goodness.
sadly, shortly thereafter, the sad truth came out. And
God.
they giveth, they taketh away.
Oh, man.
It's the thought that counts.
Yeah. Oh, man. Now, see, with the right attorney, that's unbelievable.
Wow.
Now, there's a guy that's now working and doing arc welding or something. That, yeah,
Possibly.
Bobby's the one for the. Oh, that's hilarious. Well, what about the awards for this is crazy. What You Won't Do for Love for over 2 million broadcasts. And about to be 3 million.
Well, we all songwriters are members of performance rights societies. There's BMI, there's ASCAP, and you get paid every time it gets played on the radio. It's not a lot, but if you take all the radio stations across the world, it starts adding up. You know, you can buy a nice dinner.
Yeah. Or a suit.
But when you reach...
I think Lectus was right. No, I'm kidding.
Joseph A. Banks. They have an award they give you when you reach 1 million plays, and an award when you reach 2 million plays,
Yeah.
and that one did down through the years in the rotation as an oldie rotation, and it is an old 1979.
Isn't that crazy?
Yeah, it is wild.
Wow.
So you said you were going to sing a couple of
Oh
bars?
boy. Okay.
Just a few.
Trust me, you.
I guess you wonder where I've been. I searched to find the love within. I came back to let you know. Got a thing for you, and I can't let go.
Wow. So who did the most unlikely rendition of that?
Wow. Go West, a group called Go West. It was a very modernized, almost like an English band's approach to the song, and it was one of my favorite versions of the song.
Really?
You know, people ask me, does that really upset you? You know, when somebody does your song, how can it?
Yeah.
You know, it's like they're flattering you.
It's their interpretation. that they do.
But even a less than pleasing interpretation, it's still flattering that they would think about doing it.
Yeah. Do you and I just have such a hard time even fathoming the process of writing a tune. So, but I mean, do you agonize over this stuff, or is it easy for you to tell that one's done?
Well, my wife's in the audience tonight. She'll be happy to tell you that I've been agonizing for the last year. I'm working on a forthcoming album, and
Good.
thanks. And, so many changes in the music business. And, the smooth jazz format's having trouble, keeping its legs and everything,
right.
as well as just radio in general. And that's why I was happy to be here with you today.
Nice.
To support the radio, because it's still the biggest form of media in the country.
Definitely.
And so, yeah.
And the pancakes are really just a bonus.
But I'm at the point in my career now, at the pancakes. I'm at the point now where I'm almost taking a step back and figuring out, where I want to go and what I want to do musically.
Yeah.
I'm not beholden to necessarily any format anymore. So I can tell you it's going to be a pop album, and obviously R&B influenced and jazz influenced. And there is another American Songbook album in the making right now.
Good.
Very nice.
So I'm looking forward to doing that.
That's with a million pieces behind
yeah, a full big band and strings and stuff like that. And that's just, I can't tell you what a treat it is to sing in front of a live orchestra.
Yeah, so you're recording it that way too?
Oh, absolutely. Yeah.
Oh man, that's got to be that. Tell me about how it felt the first time you stood in front of a million pieces like that. That had to be unbelievable.
Just awesome. And you know what? I've studied so many pictures of recording sessions with Sinatra, and I noticed there was never a vocal booth.
Yeah.
No isolation. He stood right there. They had
like an electric
a giant boom stand coming down literally a yard away from him. And that's why those old records have so much ambience and like the sound where you can actually walk into them. They weren't close miking everything. Even the orchestra just had 2 overheads, microphones, and we tried to replicate that, and I got to tell you, there's one downside. You can't come back and redo a part. So you're there in the room. So the way I approach this is we'll do 2 to 3 takes, and I'll pick the best performance I thought I gave, and even though it might have not been flawless, you take your lumps, just like Frank did, That's the way he played.
Well, it's like the thing, the pretty girl is the one that's got a little overbite. You know what I'm saying? no, but you know what I mean?
Oh.
No, but what I mean is
This is scary.
perfection. No, but what I mean is perfection ain't necessarily the,
You're not ready for prime time, I'll tell you that right.
No, but, oh, hell. We knew that. No, but
You're right.
those the little warts. That's what makes it. That's what makes it distinctive.
Well, I actually heard a story about Sinatra, and the story goes that if he had to do more than 2 takes, he bailed.
Yeah.
That was it. If he couldn't get it in 2, and he was that way acting too. 1 take.
Do you think you'll go into acting?
I'm sorry?
Are you going to go into acting? Maybe? No? Just thought I'd ask.
Well, you remember the show, The Golden Girls, right?
No? Yeah.
Well, I'm afraid I'm a little late for me to do that.
Are you sure?
I mean, I wouldn't mind doing some theater, which I've been asked.
you're
I've been
open to
asked to do
anything.
from time to time, and I did. The Rat Pack was very much theater.
Right.
It was all scripted. We spent, literally a month in rehearsals watching old footage. But it was something we all just had a ball with, and even when I do my shows, there's a degree of I wouldn't call it acting, but I feel really comfortable with people. I like people, and I like being close to people instead of in a giant venue where they're really far removed.
Right.
Yeah.
So right now in my career, I'm playing the smaller venues because I can have a camaraderie for them, and a tete-a-tete with the audience.
Yeah.
It makes for a better show.
Did you think years ago when you were back in LA and before you went to Miami, did you ever think that you'd be here? I mean,
Never.
Thinking back in your life,
I, honest to God, I never thought I would actually get a chance to make my first record, nor would I ever have dreamed that that first single would have, the kind of life it's had.
Yeah.
It really has a surprise.
What did your mom say?
I'm sorry?
What does your mom think?
My mom and dad. Now, these are the people that discourage me.
Right.
Well, when it was a #1 record, they all went, "That's my son!"
So,
Isn't that crazy? Isn't that crazy?
So looking back in your life, though, where was it that you actually can think back where, I always like to ask, where was your aha moment, where you literally knew in your heart and your mind that you made it, that you are now here?
Oh, that's a really good question. You mean made it as an artist?
As an artist, and you were like, you know what? This is it. This is
It was when he got the bacon here, right?
no.
Well, this is a great story. I've always liked to tell this story, but the first opportunity I got to do a major tour here was opening for Natalie Cole, who at the time had a #1 record with her debut album, This Will Be.
Okay.
Remember the song?
I
This
sure do.
Will Be?
Yeah.
Right.
Okay, so Natalie and I became friends, and she invited me to open the show for her on a 40-city tour.
Wow.
And What You Won't Do for Love was #5 on the Hot 100. So, and a top 10 on the R&B charts. Now you got to understand, Natalie's audience at that time it was basically a black audience.
Sure.
I really wasn't aware of this, nor had it occurred to me that this would be the case. But these were rather large venues, 4,000 to 5,000 seaters. And the very first time was in Cleveland. And I'm coming out to open the show, and it was 4,500 brothers and sisters. And folks, a hush came over the audience. That was the day I became a man.
Was that your aha moment?
Was that what?
That was your aha moment.
Oh, man.
Not the aha moment you're talking about. The aha moment was actually going to Japan and having this superstar status already there, walking through the streets of Tokyo, and all of these Japanese people are snapping their cameras and, coming up and asking for autographs and everything. And I was totally oblivious to the fact that we had established ourselves so heavily there. So that was my aha moment.
Nice. Wow. That is a huge market.
It still is. I'm going back in October. I've gone 1 to 2 times every year since then.
Yeah, and a great, all music really, but particularly like jazz and smooth jazz over there is still powerful, isn't it?
It is, and the interesting thing about them is once they embrace you as an artist, they don't let go. They're a loyal audience, and it's I'm blessed to still have to be able to go there.
Do you remember your very first song that you ever wrote? Your very first song?
Oh. Yes, I do.
What was it?
It was a song called She's a Savior. And you'd have to get out your checkbook for me to play it.
Because it's that good or that bad?
Huh?
Because it's that good.
Yeah, it was that bad.
It was that good. That's exactly what I was getting at. It was
That
that
bad.
good. Oh, that's funny.
Wow. I just thought I'd ask.
It's a good question.
Oh, man. So do we have any idea when the new stuff is coming out?
I'm in the process of making a new deal with JVC, and we're looking at June of what? Jack, what was the date? June.
There you go, June. Nice.
Have you ever done any duets with anybody?
Yes.
Oh yeah, one of them right here, as a matter of
Beatles?
fact.
That's right.
Yeah?
The incredible. We have another awesome person in the audience today, who is a hard act to follow. I got to tell you.
Yeah.
Diane Shure.
She's a very special lady.
Though Diane and I never actually recorded together, and I sincerely hope we do get a chance to do that someday, we have done 5 or 6 shows together with the orchestra.
Oh, wow.
And we had just a ball doing it. And I think people enjoyed it an awful lot. But I have to tell you, man, when she hits the stage, I don't want to come back out. she's that good.
I'm sure you
Accomplished pianist and just incredible vocalist. If you ever get a chance to see Diane, please do yourself a favor and catch her. It's a remarkable talent.
You guys should record together. You guys should. That would be something.
Well, we had a good time doing it. It's a high ticket item because you got the orchestra.
How tough is that to negotiate that with the?
It's not easy, but what Diane likes to do is use her rhythm section, and then we contract the rest of the orchestra wherever we may be at the time. And also, I did one duet with Vanessa Williams. That was "Baby It's Cold Outside."
Yeah. Of course.
Anybody on your bucket list that you'd like to do something with?
Well, I would love to do something with Diane. That's a no-brainer. I love Bonnie Raitt. If you're talking about male, female, I'd love to do something with Bonnie Raitt.
How about guys?
Guys, I don't know about duets, but I've always wanted to sit down and write with Michael McDonald.
Ooh. Yeah.
That would be cool.
Yeah.
How about Stevie Wonder?
Wow. Well, I would die and go to heaven. I'll tell you what, she did stuff with Stevie.
Yeah.
And Barry Manilow and a lot of Ray Charles and a lot of other wonderful, wonderful people. She's been able to share the stage with and the studio.
Man.
Very nice.
This is going really fast, but we're gonna beg you for another song.
Thanks.
We're gonna take a break here, and we'll be right back with Bobby Caldwell here on Breakfast with Gary and Kelly. That's a great story. We are back, Breakfast with Gary and Kelly. Another fast morning, man. I'm telling you, this has really been fun.
Very fast.
I'm so glad you're going to do something else for us. What are we going to hear? What are we going to hear?
I would do another song from the American Songbook.
Absolutely.
Okay.
Beautiful.
Thank you
Beautiful.
so much.
Bobby Caldwell, everybody.
I've got the world on a string, sitting on a rainbow. Got that string around my finger. What a world, what a life, I'm in love. Got a new song I sing, I can make the ring go anytime I move this finger. Lucky me, can't you see I'm in love? Life's a wonderful thing. Long as I hold that string, I'd be a silly so-and-so if I should ever let you go. Got the world on a string, sitting on a rainbow. Got that string around my finger. Lucky me, can't you see I'm in love? Life's a wonderful thing. Long as I hold that string, I'd be a silly so-and-so if I should ever let you go. I've got the world on a swing, sitting on a rainbow. Got that string around my finger. What a world. Man, this is the life. Hey, now, I'm in
How about that? How about that? Oh, terrific, terrific. Bobby Caldwell, everybody. Breakfast with Gary and Kelly here on FM 88.5 KSPR. As if you didn't know, the great Diane Sure right there for you with the little blue skies. My goodness. Where is the Deeds? Where is she hanging outside with the bad kids? Oh, see how she is? I'm telling you. Brian Hughes before that. New music from Brian, which is the first of new thing in a while for him. The tune Fast Train from the release called Fast Train to a Quiet Place. Gary and Kelly here with you on a Saturday morning from the Sycamore Room here at the Norman P. Murray Community Center, joined by all sorts of great supporters of this radio station, including our great pal David Biber from Two Guys Grilling, who hooked you all up with the pancakes and the bacon and sausage.
And this segment is we call Cooking for Kelly.
Exactly right, which in your world should be every segment.
Well, yeah. But
whatever that means.
we're going to be doing a recipe today out of, I believe it's, whose recipe is this?
Actually, my daughter invented this recipe for cupcakes.
Okay.
This is an apple nutmeg pancake, but the apples are first caramelized.
Okay. So this is cooking for Kelly, but
yes.
cooking with Kelly segment. And this is 1-minute recipes for those on the go. This is a 1-minute recipe, sir?
No, this is not a 1-minute
Okay.
recipe.
Can you do this in your car?
A 2-minute recipe?
Actually, about 3.
Okay. So
I
what
have
we're doing
fresh
is we got,
nutmeg
for
here.
those of you at home who are not being able to see this, we have an apple that was cut up into little chunks. They look like
Quarter-inch dice.
quarter-inch dice chunks. And
A fresh nutmeg.
and you're putting it in a pan full of oil, I
Did you
presume?
ever catch your knuckle on one of them things? That's got to hurt like crazy, huh?
And that's a fresh nutmeg? Let me see.
Yes, you have.
Can I see the nutmeg?
Yeah.
She'd like to see the nutmeg.
That's a real nutmeg.
I've never seen a nutmeg before.
This is your cooking segment and you've never seen a nutmeg
Not
before?
a real nutmeg. I've seen it in powder.
I'm questioning your qualifications,
I've
lady.
seen it in a powdered nutmeg and a ground nutmeg,
It
but
smells a lot better in the nut form.
I've never seen a real nutmeg.
Yes.
Well, there you
Has
have it.
anybody seen a real nutmeg? Okay, we have 2 people who raised their hands.
right.
Thank you very
Everybody
much.
that's listening at home,
I
look very
stand
close.
corrected. I stand
It's a
corrected.
very
Again.
nice nutmeg.
That's a
Okay,
very
so
nice
you
nutmeg.
grind some nutmeg over the apples
Dice the
while
apples.
you're cooking them on you're frying them or something. You're frying them? What are you doing?
Caramelizing them.
Caramelizing. them.
Caramelizing, which
So they
means you're
actually
frying
turn
them in
into
butter,
caramel?
right?
Actually, canola oil to keep everything very healthy.
So they actually turn into caramel?
The sugar, when it's heated,
Really?
will turn into caramel.
Oh, wow.
Again,
Caramel or caramel?
Carmel
It
is a
occurs
city
to
in
me-
Central California.
Sorry.
Caramel is brown
Oh,
sugar.
okay. So, whatever. Okay.
Honest to God, I know.
So,
Everybody's joining in now.
So back to the cooking.
Comes the eating part.
The batter.
Yeah, see,
Tell me
now
about
we're
the batter.
Actually, the batter is just Krusty's. Krusty's is one of the coolest products because it's add water, heat, eat pancake.
Okay, so it's like a powdered pancake mix?
It is a powdered pancake
Okay.
mix. The only trick you need to know is set it up and let the pancake mix set for a little while until the little bubbles start coming up.
Oh,
through
and
it.
here's the bubbles.
Yeah, tiny bubbles.
So you poured the
There you
pancake
go.
mix on
That's
top
Don
of
Ho. He's
the...
going to be on in October. Sorry.
Outstanding.
Back there, be quiet. So you poured the pancake mix over the apples that were caramelizing in the pan, so we're still doing this in the same pan.
We are.
Wow.
For those of you at
Yeah,
home
so
that
all
can't
those
see
natural
Kelly's
sugars.
hand
Well, I'm
motions,
trying to do a play-by-play, okay?
I
Ooh!
understand.
Wow, look at that.
Kelly, this is called cooking.
Well, I just... I know that, but I
My
didn't think
God.
you're going to flip it on me. Uh-oh, I don't know about that one.
Barbara,
Oh.
let me advise you on this. You really got to tread carefully when you're insulting
No, not at all.
Yeah.
Kelly.
Ain't my first rodeo.
This is really good.
It does.
Take a
smell
look.
I
You
know.
guys, look at that.
good. It does.
Can you see that? Isn't that like pretty?
It's all about the caramelization. The natural sugars in the apple come out. It magnifies the flavor. Ooh, yeah.
So do we put syrup on top of this?
Oh, we can, but it really doesn't need it.
Really?
It really doesn't need it.
Can you put
Okay.
bacon on that?
Stop
We
it.
can put bacon on everything.
There you go. That's what I'm talking about.
I like to put bacon on bacon.
Exactly right. You know what's good with
Yeah.
that? Bacon.
and a little chocolate syrup with bacon in it.
Exactly.
Okay, can we get back to the cooking now?
Sorry.
So, so you make the pancake and then
Yep.
Then you eat it.
that's it?
Yeah.
That's all?
All right, let's review. So you make the pancake,
And
and then you eat it.
Ladies and gentlemen,
Nice.
caramelized apple nutmeg pancake.
There you go, baby. That's what I'm talking about.
Now, are you going to be making these over there at all? Whoa!
It's called cooking.
I do know that Bobby Caldwell had a requested a apple caramelized.
Where
bake.
is Mr. Caldwell?
Mr. Caldwell, we have
Yeah, we deliver.
we have your pancake
Bobby
ready
Caldwell,
for
we
you.
are
Look at
ready
that.
for you.
Nice. Very
Yeah.
nice.
Yeah.
There you go. Ladies and gentlemen,
Outstanding.
David Byron, you guys really thank you very much.
Yeah.